Hi, I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. Today a very special video because somebody sent me something. Yay! So a very nice fan of mine sent me a lot of stuff. Came home the other week to this massive parcel, like half the size of me. So it was just like completely wrapped in bubble wrap. And opened it up, and inside was an Xbox 360, and not the shitty model that has the red ring of death constantly. Instead, we got the nice, was it the S version? I think it is called. Is it Xbox 360S? A decently looking one. I always liked the look of the console. So very nice, very nice. It does come from the old Sex, so it is indeed second hand, and thankfully it all works nicely. Got to be careful with some second hand stuff. I've never really had many issues with Sex, so it is all good, yeah. So, sent me the Xbox 360, and of course with it, some games. So we'll start off with the first little pile I've got here. We have Halo Wars, a nice RTS based on the Halo series. I'm a big fan of Command and Conquer and games like that. So yeah, a nice RTS with the Halo franchise. It seems cool. I've only played a little bit of it. Looks like it'll be fun. More Halo, of course. We have Halo Reach. Was this the last game that Bungie made? The last Halo game, I think, possibly. I think this came out after 3. And now you've got you're a team of what do you call them? Spartans. You're no longer Master Chief, but it's still the same sort of Halo-y fun. Halo 4. This is the first Halo game not made by Bungie, I think, at least the first mainline series one, because Halo Wars wasn't made by Bungie. I don't know if that came out before or after this one. Yeah, so Halo 4 looks really good graphically, and that plays just like a Halo-y game. Then we have Cameo, Elements of Power. And didn't realise that this was made by Rare. Yes, it's a sort of action platformer where you play as Cameo or Cameo, I don't know how you pronounce the name, whatever. And basically, depending on which button you press on the things like the A, B, X, Y buttons, you transform into sort of like a different beast that all have different abilities. I was starting to have fun with it until I got not very far into the first level and just got completely and utterly stuck, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, so I haven't really got far into that game yet. Okay, grab some more here. Of course we have Halo 3, just another Halo game, good stuff. Played a little bit of that, and of course it's normal Halo fun. There's also 2 other Halo games for the system that I'll buy myself. There's Halo 3 ODST or something, whatever the fuck that is, and then a remaster of the original Halo, which I absolutely want to get because I love the original Halo. Another Rare game now, Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. Now, luckily I went into this game already knowing it wasn't a normal Banjo-Kazooie game, but even still, I'm kind of confused by what game it is. You just have these really terrible looking vehicles that you create, and you just sort of ride around to do challenges. I don't understand what they were thinking. Was this planned to be like some completely other different franchise, and then Rare just like, yeah, we'll stick Banjo-Kazooie in it? It doesn't fit in any way, and the actual game itself, the idea, doesn't really seem to be that good to me. It's just like, whatever. Anyway, next is Crackdown. Never played the Crackdown games, never really looked into what they were. And they've got this weird sort of like cell shading art style, so it's not as realistic as like Grand Theft Auto. It's sort of similar to a Grand Theft Auto, well, more like the Saints Row 3 is kind of what I thought while I was playing this, except you're not the leader of a gang, you're some creation to help the agency fight back on crime. So you get to go around, you've got sort of like super powers, regeneration and things like this, and you shoot. Aiming, I didn't find it to be that good because it auto locks on an enemy, and then sometimes just trying to switch to the enemy next to them, it does it automatically, so it'll switch to like a random barrel in the background, and then you'll shoot it and explode and there's no enemies there. It's just like, that's a waste of fucking time. So the controls are a bit iffy, but it does seem pretty fun. And next, a wrestling game. This is Rumble Roses XX, not XXX. I do own the original Rumble Roses on the PS2, and it's Konami. It's basically a bunch of women in scantily clad outfits, but it's actually a good wrestling game in terms of the engine that it runs on. I know the original one I think ran on the same SmackDown versus Raw engine, or the Here Comes the Pain engine. One of those two, so it had really good engine system controls and that. This one I think is a little bit different. I couldn't quite get the hang of it because I didn't read the instructions or anything. I just went straight into a fight. Yeah, so you can also change the outfits of the women or whatever, because I don't know, apparently people are into 3D animated boobs. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we've got another bundle of games. Yes, there are more. We have Lost Odyssey, an RPG by the makers of Final Fantasy, and Jesus Christ, this is one heavy case because how many discs does it take? Yeah, 4 discs. There's one thing about the 360 I'm not a fan of, is that it uses multiple discs because they didn't go with Blu-ray. Idiots. Yeah, so Lost Odyssey, I played a little bit and so far didn't really care for what I had played. It looked weird, but you never know, I might enjoy it if I play some more. And another JRPG with character designs from Akira Toriyama, the Dragon Ball dude, and of course does the Dragon Quest as well. And it is Blue Dragon. This one seems quite amusing from what I've played so far. You basically start off and you battle a giant land shark. Turns out to be a robot. Yeah, so don't know the story or anything going in, it just sort of sets up, oh no, this purple cloud comes over every 10 years and a land shark comes and destroys everything, and the kid on the front tries to fight it. I'm assuming at some point a blue dragon will show up. That's me just assuming, of course. I have heard some complaints that it's too simple as a JRPG, but to be honest, I'm fine with that. I mean, look at the Dragon Quest games I love so much. There's nothing really beyond the basics in them. You go around, you fight enemies, you do basic attacks and spells. There's nothing complicated and complex in them. It's all just nice, simple, fun JRPG-ness. So, hoping I'll get that out of that as well. Next is a game that I actually played on the Xbox 360 before, years ago when my friend's brother got the Xbox 360. And I had a quick go on it, and the game was Dead Rising. And the game is basically you're some reporter dude, the photographer, whatever, and you go to this town to see what the fuck's going on. Turns out there's a zombie invasion, and you end up being stuck in a mall with a bunch of strangers trying to kill zombies. I think it ripped off some sort of film. I'm sure someone out there will know the name of it. I am completely clueless, of course. Of course I actually know what the film is. I'm not that much of an idiot. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just fun, just mindless fun. You get to pick up weapons that you find around the mall and just brutalise zombies. Really good stuff. A game that I did want to play back in the day, but of course was Xbox 360 exclusive, other games in the series since then have been on, you know, PS3, PC, you know, probably now on the PS4 and Xbox One as well. And it is Saints Row, which was supposed to be, you know, the big sort of GTA rival for the Xbox. I have only to this day played Saints Row 3. I did start a little bit of Saints Row 4, but I never got far in it. But I loved the hell out of Saints Row 3, but I remember reading at the time people were disappointed because it wasn't in line with what Saints Row used to be. But I'd never played Saints Row, so I didn't know. So I started this one, and you sort of get the feel of, yeah, it's sort of like a GTA-ish clone, but then it's got its own style to it, and immediately I was like, oh, it's kind of like GTA, but it isn't. It's its own thing, so that's cool. Love the guy, the voice actor who's like the leader of the Saints at the time in the game. Christ, what's his name? Okay, doesn't say his name on the back, but yeah, he basically, I swear to God, he does voices in like half the games that I've got on the 360. Really good voice actor guy. Yeah, so yeah, Saints Row, very much looking forward to really getting into that and playing the original and seeing what it was like. And lastly, for normal games, is Crackdown 2. Obviously it plays very similar to Crackdown 1, a little bit more polished, the story is different this time. Now you have to sort of like save the city by getting power generators back online, taking over. Like enemies will have like a stronghold and you need to go and take it over and things. Seems quite cool, definitely plays better than the first one. Played it for a bit longer as well and enjoyed it more. More stuff still in the box. We have the HD DVD drive. Yay! I know people kind of shit on it, but it's a cool little thing I wanted. Don't have any HD DVDs as of yet, so I haven't bothered trying it, although I'm pretty sure it plays normal DVDs. So I'll have to hook it up at one point, at least just to make sure that it works. So I will start collecting some HD DVDs because it's just a weird format, along with like the UMDs for the PSP. You know, collect some films for that. What else do we have in the in here? Just get this. There's a nice remote control for the HD DVD drive. Again, haven't used it yet, 'cause I haven't set that up. And there's also the Xbox 360 controller. It's a bit grubby. It definitely needs a clean. No cover for the batteries at the back. I haven't used it at all because I have a wired 360 controller that I've been using on the PC for a few years, and you know, I have no use for. You know, I don't really need a wireless controller for this system. You know, there's never a point where I'm playing it anywhere in the house where the controller won't reach. So why bother wasting batteries when I can just plug in the USB controller into the back of this thing and play it just fine. So that is there. Next is, of course, the Kinect. The old Xbox 360 Kinect. Kind of funny, the day that I actually first tried out the Kinect, just a couple of days ago, to finally record the footage for Kinect games that are coming up, Microsoft announced that Kinect was dead, that they finally stopped manufacturing it because no fucker wanted it. Yeah, but I never got a chance to have a go with the Kinect back in the day. I had a Wii system, so I had those motion controls, that was it. So very nice then to have the Kinect sent to me as well. And the games for it, of course, only a couple for now. These were just sort of ones that were on my want list that I most wanted. The first one is Dragon Ball Z for Kinect, and I loaded this one up and it got to the start screen and it's like, oh, raise your hands so the sensor can see them to start the game. So I'm like this, you know, raise my hands, the sensor can see me because the hands are on the screen, I can move them around. And it's like, why isn't the game fucking starting? So I'm like holding them in place, I'm like pretending to push buttons. Turns out you have to go like this and like lift like you're doing a spirit bomb and have them in the top corners, and then it'll finally register you. It's like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? Why don't you just tell me, put my hands in the corners of the fucking screen, useless bloody thing. So it took me like 5 minutes to get the game started, but when I did, I just done a couple of the tutorials to test it out, and it does seem actually quite good. You know, responsive, you know, punching's fine, kicking's fine, a couple of different kicks, you know, a couple of different punches, those all worked out great. Blocking, go like this, you know, you can dodge to the left or the right, forward and back. Energy blast you can shoot out, you can also charge up an energy blast, and it all honestly worked fine. So I actually can't wait to play the game properly. There will be some Kinect videos in the future. Excuse me. So yeah, it was quite fun. Next, Hulk Hogan's main event. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Without, you know, creating a wrestler or whatever and starting the career mode or whatever that's in it, the story mode, the only mode I could access to test it was slam mode, where basically you grab a guy, you pick them up, and then the on-screen what do you call it, things just tell you which way to slam. So you can do a basic slam like that, and you go to the different sides, you put your knee up and you'll slam them on your knee, you lean back and they'll do like a backflip slam. It was all pretty responsive. It just was kind of stupid, really. It's like, wow, this is fun. I'm just going like this constantly. Yeah, that's exciting. And then right at the end, I didn't know it, he took some pictures. It shows you right at the end, like some highlights of you, of me in this case, looking like a complete and total tit. You know, just like, so I'll probably show that on screen at some point. But I would quite like to get into the game properly and see what all the mechanics are like with the motion controls. And lastly, for the Kinect games and everything now, is Star Wars Kinect. Oh yes. There are, of course, lots of different like mini games sort of built into it, but I just started the story mode and was messing about with the lightsaber and things. Everything seemed to work out fine until you were doing combat and you had to block. Blocking left and right seemed pretty much fine. Doing up was mostly good. Trying to block down, 99% of the time nothing happened, and I would just keep getting hit, so it's just like a real pain in the ass. But I would definitely like to get more into the game past the tutorial and, you know, go around hopefully using force powers and getting to use my lightsaber a bit more. And of course, ever since I told people that I got this, everyone wants me to do a video on the certain dance mode that's in the game. Yes, I will be doing the dance mode in the game at some point and recording it, so, you know, you can get to see my fat ass dancing around like a complete idiot. Yay! You're welcome. So, thank you very much to the fan that sent me it. Won't really say his real name, so I don't know if he wants people knowing his real name or not. I know him on a wrestling forum. He's a big Hulk Hogan fan, which is mainly the reason probably he bought me this. He's a huge Hulk Hogan fan. So thank you very much for sending me all this for shizzle. It is absolutely awesome. I now only have 4 games on my Xbox 360 want list to pick up. 2 of them Halo games. I will probably pick up some more really cheap Kinect games and do like a one big Kinect video rather than like a review or whatever on each of them, because I'm not sure I could probably play them all the way through. Yeah, definitely want to pick up some HD DVDs just to test out and to add to my collection. And you know, it's just really cool now to own an Xbox 360. It's not the best console out there in turn, like I said. This pile of games plus 4 more is my entire want list for the console. And the reason being is that almost every game that I would want for the system is either on the PC, which I would prefer, or is multi-platform, which honestly I would get the PS3 version. I just prefer the PS3. So, you know, a handful of games here, yeah, that you know, pretty much Xbox 360 exclusive or were just cheaper to get on the 360. 4 more games, and then that's pretty much all the games that I'm aware of that I actually want. And yes, I know there's those Gears of War games, but I'm just not that bothered, okay? I've got some Halo games, some shooties there. What more do you want from me? So, I'm Big Cal. Thanks for watching. Thanks again to my friend who sent me these. And I will see you again next time.